Welcome back. So I want to talk about Patrick Mahomes. I'm a real big football fan. Football is my favorite sport. I believe in high school I was better in football than basketball, but basketball I was, I guess I was pretty tall, a good shooter. I was one of the best players, in the state. But in football, I didn't really get a chance to really play as much. I played my first two years, but did again, I was always a football fan. Barry Sanders always he's still my favorite football player of all time. Like I was a football guy. And just watching Patrick Mahomes play, man, this guy is incredible. Growing up, watching really all most of the greats. I watched the end of Joe Montana's career. Didn't really get to watch how amazing he was. It was more towards the Steve Youngs, the John Elway era, the Brett Favre. Then it went to Peyton Manning, Michael Vick, Tom Brady. That era of just seeing how Peyton Manning could just run the offense. Incredible how he ran the offense. And then you got Tom Brady, who you could never count out. I don't care how many people say that he's not this, he's not that, but the guy wins. After he won his last Super Bowl, I can't say anything bad about Tom Brady. He's the biggest, the greatest winner we see since Bill Russell. I don't care how you think he got his titles, how he, you know, don't take too many risks. The guy wins. But just looking at Patrick Mahomes to see how he does, even though ah, he lost Tyreek, who I think was one of the most exciting players I've seen, like top five, definitely. Even though he lost him, I figured that Patrick Mahomes would fall off this year. I thought he would not be as great because a lot of those games that he won, it was because of Tyreek Hill. Tyreek doesn't get the respect that he deserves. He really does. But he's showing you guys at where he's at now with Dolphins and Tua how great he is and how he's probably he probably second place in the MVP. Like the guy is amazing. You could get him the ball and man, he's gone. He's gone. It was like watching Barry Sanders play when he gets the ball. You just know something is going to happen when he got his hands on the ball. Or, Deshaun Jackson when Michael Vick was airing it out to him. Like you just knew soon as he threw the ball up in the air, Deshaun Jackson was not going to get caught. Or Randy Moss was not going to get caught. Like T.O. Like that's how good he is. He's in that category. But what Patrick Mahomes is doing this year is amazing. How he's spreading the ball around, how he is using his whole team is just not reliable. Even though Kelsey is his blanket, Kelsey is his blanket. Don't matter if he has 20 yards in one game. When it counts, is going to Kelsey. Like the one game he had 25 yards and 4 touchdowns. Now Kelsey, there have been a lot of good tight ends. People's gonna have to start putting him in there. Kelsey's gonna have to start be putting in there. I know Gronk was amazing. My favorite tight end of all time is Shannon Sharp. But there's Tony Gonzalez. There's a lot of great tight ends. Kelsey, he's gonna be up there. I think he's as long as he played with Patrick Mahomes, he's probably gonna break every tight end record. That's how amazing Kelsey has been with them. And I can't say much about Kelsey. That's my guy. Getting back to Patrick Mahomes, what he could do, run the ball, the deep throw, how easy he could fling it 60 yards off the guy is amazing. He could control the line like Peyton Manning. He knows how to make sure his team gets that score like Tom Brady. Even when he has to take off and run, he's as effective as Cam Newton or Michael Vick. Lamar, he's just as effective because when he runs, the guy is going to get caught. I know people say like they can't believe he's that fast, but the guy plays shortstop. He's a baseball player. He can run. You see how he throws the ball. He throws the ball like he's a baseball player, like he's a basketball player. The things that Patrick Mahomes do on the field is something that I don't think we've seen before. I don't think we've seen something like Patrick Mahomes before. I know Peyton Manning used to do some incredible things. Aaron Rodgers does those things constantly. What he does is pretty amazing. He's another player that is fantastic. But what Patrick Mahomes is doing on the floor with the weapons, all he needs is guys with speed. And as you can see, they're dropping a lot of balls. They're dropping a lot of balls that Patrick Mahomes lay in there. He takes a lot of risks too. And a lot of times the defense cannot capitalize on it when he's taking those risks because they don't really know when he's throwing the ball and when he's just relaxed and he gets too comfortable. That's really when he throws his interception, when he just gets too comfortable. But when he's trying to make plays, it's kind of hard to pick the guy off. I know earlier in the year when it's like 15 seconds left and he's forcing the ball in and he gets picked off. I know they're making a big deal about that, but it's not much like when he lost versus the Colts and he threw the interception. I mean, the guy had like 10 seconds left in the game and he had to force it somewhere or he's gonna get sacked. Time management. Those games happen. Not all great players win every single game. Most other great players lose to teams they're not supposed to lose to. That's usually how it works in every sport. They go in and play the Colts, who's not a good team, and they lose. A big game, they win. Even the 72, the 96 Bulls that won 72 games, they only lost games to teams that wasn't really that good because they get lax. So that's just how it works in sports. So I don't really hold that against them like Josh Allen losing to teams he's not supposed to. I mean, that guy is amazing. Josh Allen is amazing. But if I had to pick one quarterback, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes because of the things that he could do on the floor, which is amazing.